Oh, what do we have here? Oh, some great racing. Club 100 at Rye House. Oh, this is going to make an absolutely amazing way for me to drink some hot chocolate. What? Oh, come on, can you guys just be normal for one time? Once! Oh, well, I guess I'm going to need to get out the incident glasses for this one.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the second best channel on YouTube, because, of course, the best channel is my own. This is Andrew McWilliam's karting videos, and we are at Rye House for round number 5, I think, of the Club 100 Championship. For the first heat of the day, Andrew is going to be starting in a glorious P6, which means we're on the outside of the circuit. We've got Bobby McGurr in this race. He's the other C1, but we have to remember that we've got the likes of Jake Chapman, who's racing, who I think came second at Rissington, if I remember correctly. Some other quick drivers in there. You've got Callum Martin for one, is the one who straight away comes to my mind, as well as I think Edmund Yaxley Aguilar is one of the former juniors, as is Max Sheldon Hayward. So few juniors, it might be a little bit crazy, but with that said, let's get on into the race. The outside is always a little bit sketchy, and, well, starting from 6th, need to make sure that we can get to the inside as quickly as possible. Here we go then, away we go. We're going to straight away try to get over to the inside. It's going to get a little bit muscly, always does at Rye House. We get a little bit of airtime there, actually, as one car's going, what on earth is going on? We're riding over one driver, another one had to take evasive action, so I think we gained a place because that got really sketchy for a moment. So now we're going to get a nice little switchback. Let's just, barge this person out of the way. You're on the apex. Get out of the way, son. Motorsport is a contact sport, but not that much of a contact sport. Wait, oh, sorry, it's motorsport's a non-contact sport. That's a load of rubbish, as every single racing driver knows. Unless you're in open wheelers, you're always going to have a little bit of contact in racing. Rubbing is racing. That's the true racing motto, but it's motorsport rubbing, not another kind of rubbing. Okay, guys. Anyway, out we go out of the first couple of corners. We're up into 5th, so that's a successful start, I think, at Rye House, to go from 6th to 5th, because you're starting on the outside. We even got a little bit of air time as well. This is peak content right now. Andrew knows the go-to line, which is to take an early apex to a hairpin 2. He's been watching a few too many of my videos. Unfortunately, my videos didn't include the new corner at Rye House, so he's got no idea how to take it. Completely misses the apex, but it's fine because he's Andrew is go-to, which is why we're catching up to the drivers up ahead nonetheless, and they're all working together. They've got a nice bit of slipstream, but watch, by the end of this lap we will be on to the back of them. This is my favorite corner at Rye House because no one knows what they're doing. See the 4 drivers up ahead, and how Andrew has caught about 2 kart lengths in the space of 1 corner on the brakes. Oh, that is beautiful. Andrew knows how to hit those brakes better than he knows how to hit an apex anyway. And we now go through hairpin number 2. Things are getting a little bit feisty. What are we going to do? We don't have the amazing overtaking opportunity anymore into the right-hander, so we're going to sit behind. We've helped Philip Babula along. We'll follow through. Lovely little overtake from Mr. McWilliam as we go up into 4th place. 3 more whippersnappers to overtake, including Bobby McGurr and Jake Chapman. So 2 very quick drivers at the front of this field. Let's catch up to Philip. Look how much more cornering speed we get, although we don't get on the power quite well. Philip's taking that turn 1 quite well now. Good job, Philip. But it's not going to be enough to save him. We missed the apex by a little bit, so we don't come out of the corner as fast as we could have. But I'm starting to think maybe the kart's a little bit down on power compared to Philip, because he seems to be pulling away from Andrew a little bit. Never mind, Andrew just misses the apex. Andrew needs at least 4 races at a new circuit or a new corner to learn how to take it. Sometimes more than that, to be honest, which is why we're struggling. Also because the kart is clearly struggling a little bit on bottom end, so it's going to need to be a bit of a send from Mr. McWillers, and we've got a really good drive coming through turn 1. We're close enough to go for the send. Go on, Andrew, send it. You little pansy, that was your opportunity. You can't let those kind of opportunities go. This is why Andrew's not leading the championship at the moment. 100%. You need to go for those sends and get yourself some nice penalty points to go with it. But anyway, we're still searching for a way through. And Babulol, what a send! Andrew, that's how you send someone. It doesn't matter that Philip got overtaken by Jake and now is going to get overtaken by you. That is one of the most glorious sends I've ever seen. The balls on that guy as Andrew realizes he doesn't have any bottom end, so just gets re-overtaken by Philip. But that said, that's one of the best sends I've ever seen. Andrew, how does it feel that you're not even the main character in your own karting video? We're all now Philip Babulol fans. Anyway, let's see if we see something like that again. Also, fair play. I want to say fair play to, I think that's Jake Chap. Yeah, it's Jake. Fair play to Jake for not turning in. Half of, the other drivers in Club 100 would have turned into Philip and then said, oh my god, why is he dive bombing me? It's called having racing awareness, and Andrew goes for the Philip Babulol send, but isn't quite as good as Philip, so doesn't work. These are two former D-Max drivers going head to head. The Tamworth driver versus the Milton Keynes driver. Go on, Andrew, are you close enough? Yeah, you are. Up the inside. Philip got a bad exit and we are through up into second place. Skipping ahead by a couple of laps, we were able to, Andrew was able to catch up to Jake Chapman. Oh, we're going to get a beautiful run out of the final corner. Go on, show Jake how to do it. We're going to pull out of the slipstream. We don't have the speed, so Jake covers it off, but let's be honest. Let's just push Jake out of the way. Guys, did you see that? Jake went wide all by himself and we overtook Jake. I mean, this is what racing's all about. You need to wait for that opportunity. You need to wait for the other driver to make a mistake. And when they make a mistake, you can capitalize on it and make great overtakes like the one you saw there. This is the kind of racing that we want to promote at Club 100. I swear, if JV watches this, I'm sorry. Anyway, we're going to make our way through the final corner and we're going to finish in second place. Bobby McGurr takes a win. Jake Chapman comes third. There were no penalties in this race because there wasn't any dirty driving whatsoever. So we come home in a very good P2. An excellent way to start the day of racing. Moving on to race number 2. This time we're starting down in P8, and there's quite a few quick drivers. We got Bobby McGurr, George Lawler, Rory O'Regan, Toby McAllister Brown, I think solid, Ben Pickard, C3 champion from last year. So a couple of quick drivers in this, going to make it very hard, and our second race as well with Bobby McGurr. Starting on the outside as well will make things a little bit difficult. As usual, it's all about making sure that you're on the bumper of the driver in front. So we're going to push Bobby along as we head in towards turn 1. We're going to be able to sling over to the inside, give Toby McAllister Brown a little push into Rory O'Regan, and I don't even know what's going on the left. I think Rory's on our inside. We're going to go nice and late on the brakes. That's some quality braking from Andrew McWilliam, who then decides, you know what, let's go for an exploration. Up the inside, there's a bit more contact going on. You've got to get your elbows out at that point. I fully justify Andrew doing that. You're 2-3 abreast. You got to make sure that you're the first one to get to the apex. We survived lap number 1. That is the most important thing, and we've gone from 6th to 6th. So yeah, wait, no, we went from 8th to 5th. That is a quality opening lap right there. And there was no, nothing physical at all. It was just inch perfect driving going up the inside. Andrew, yes, what a goat. See, and this is why we back Andrew. Those are the kind of overtakes we want to see. I can't believe it's taken about 20 minutes of this video. It's not 20 minutes, it's like 5 minutes, but it's taken 29 minutes of video footage for me to finally see a clean overtake. I'm so impressed. Here we go into the Andrew's gonna absolutely murder me. Yes, Andrew! Absolutely slate that Rory O'Regan cuck. What an overtake. Oh, Rory, you've been absolutely molested on video. That is, yeah. Rory, just retire. Hang up your boots. That new suit and helmet you got, you don't need that no more. Throw it in the bin. Give it to one of the upcoming juniors as a charity suit. That was embarrassing. Anyway, Andrew's up into P4 because this is his heat. This is his heat, the GOAT heat, we'll call this. Heat number 6 of the day, but his second heat overall. Why did I say heat for? Anyway, we're goated. Andrew's hitting apexes. What the hell is going on? The world is turning upside down right now. And we're going to get a way better exit than McAllister Brown. Watch this, guys. Never mind. We've got slipstream, so we'll just overtake him into turn 1. McAllister Brown's going tight into this corner. He doesn't know how to judge distances. He's going to hold it tight all the way through because he's boring and doesn't want to get overtaken. So we're going to send it into this hairpin. No, McAllister Brown goes defensive. McWilliam to the outside. He looks for the switchback. You can't keep your nose there because it's going to get chopped off. Oh, never mind. McAllister Brown just doesn't chop off the nose. We'll just, you know, go into the rear end of McAllister Brown so he goes wide. However, we can't make the overtake work. I don't know. Andrew might have actually lifted off there, so he didn't pull off a dirty overtake. But send it up the inside. We're going to pull off the baboolal overtake. That is forever known as the baboolal overtake because he did it in that first heat and he did it splendidly. But never mind. McAllister Brown's just not happy and is just going to rear end us. Because, I mean, to be fair, we did rear end him into the other corner. Are we ahead? We are indeed ahead. We're going to take a slightly tighter line so that we don't get overtaken. We're up into third, and now we need to hunt down George Lawler. Okay, hunting down George Lawler wasn't too difficult. Okay, I'm taking the mic. It did take us 2 minutes, which is about 2 laps. So we caught about a second and a bit in 2 laps. Andrew, I don't know. Andrew's kind of good at Rye House. I can't lie. He's like the Samuel Essery, but even better. He's Samuel Essery from Waitrose. George goes a little bit wide, or, you know, sending it into hairpin 2 is difficult. We're going to get the better run, but no, you can't really take the tight line through hairpin 2. It doesn't work. So it's time to pull off the baboolal overtake. We're close enough. Straight up the inside. Beautiful overtake. George leaves room. I know a whole bunch of drivers who turn in and then claim that the driver on the inside went for too late of an overtake, and they're a dirty driver, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, George Lawler actually knows how to drive a go-kart, thankfully. So, it's time to catch up to the final driver. I don't know who this guy is. I'm sure I'll find out at the end of the race when the results pop up. But this guy clearly doesn't know how to pedal very well. Man has seen that Andrew McWilliam's behind him and is like, oh, crap-a-doodle sticks. What am I going to do? Unfortunately, we're too far back. Or are we to go for the overtake? Come on, let's absolutely nail this. Oh, he did it fairly well. Definitely too far back. Final corner, you can overtake. I've done it a few times. Harrison Kirkham learned from me. He did it as well. But we're too far back. Oh, we've got a good run. We're going to go to the inside. He's going to cover us off. Oh, we can't get the drag. Max Sheldon Haywood will win by 0.07 of a second. And we pulled a second to Lawler on the last lap. I don't know if Andrew was driving insanely well or if he had a rocket ship or both, but that was a drive and a half. Andrew, fair play, son. What a drive. And with that, we move on to heat number 3. This time we're starting in P3. We're on the inside. And the other C1s, Lewis Marchant, Rory O'Regan. We beat Rory when he started in front of us. So what's Rory going to do when he's down in P11? Absolutely nothing. We got Zach Watson, so there's probably going to be some death further down the grid. But we won't have to see any of that, thankfully. We got Philip Baboolal, the Sen Master himself. Who else do we have in here? Owen Seeley's in this, Joe Craddock. All kind of midfield drivers hovering around, P15 to P20 in A finals, I want to say. If they're not, then I do apologise. But it's time to get into this race. Right on the bumper of Baboolal. We're going to be second out of turn 1. That's all that matters. And here we go. And Andrew, just send Philip straight away. Oh, we're going to get loaded off here. Ahaha. This, guys, is why when you go into turn 1, you always brake a little bit more so that when someone rear-ends you, you're able to not go wide. As we get rear-ended again going into another hairpin, guys, Andrew's underage. Leave his rear alone. Out of hairpin 2 we go, and we head now into the new kind of pylon corner. Too far back to go for the send into this right-hander. So just make sure that we get a good exit coming out of this final corner. Oh, we do miss the apex by a little bit. And onto the straight we go. Try to tuck into the slipstream. The driver in front also has slipstream. Kart 73 has a contact warning. I'm no longer Kart 73. Okay, Andrew. I mean, great attempted move, but that was a little bit late, even by my standards. It's not worked out. Oh, more contact. There comes O'Regan. Didn't Rory start in like 29 millionth place or something? I guess we did have Rory to worry about. Andrew, Rory's got his revenge against you. I guess Rory didn't hang up his boots or his suit or helmet, which is kind of rude. And we are down into 4th place. No, that's late. Andrew. No, that's too late. Yeah. That's later than Leonardo DiCaprio dating a 23-year-old girl. Anyway, we've got slipstream. We're going to go to the inside. Send it. Okay, this driver doesn't know how to leave space on the inside. He's one of those turn-in Terrys, just that his name's not Terry. We're going to get loaded wide by the looks of things. Defend the inside, Andrew. Defend the inside. Is someone going to come up the inside? No. Okay, never mind. Meanwhile, up at the front, Rory's gone. Rory's winning this race. We're not catching him. He's checked out. Rory's showing us how it's done. Maybe Rory's got a bit of a rocket ship, or Andrew's got a bit of a dud. But now that we're in 3rd, it's time to get the heads down, so be it. You know, head down, but still look forward. You need to see where you're going. And let's try to catch up to Philip. So 2 minutes later, and well, we've caught up to Philip a bit. You can see Rory is absolutely gone, and there comes Marchant. What a send up the inside. Go on, Lewis. He's gone a little bit wide, so we're gonna do the switchback on the switchback. You know, push Lewis wide, because that's just Club 100 these days. Absolutely yeet. Contact going into this corner. Is there going to be a send? Oh, Lewis is going to go defensive. Smart little boy. And, well, let's see if we can get past him. We've dropped down to 4th. We started this race in 3rd, so this is a bit embarrassing, as Lewis absolutely gaps us through that sequence of corners. And now we go defensive. There's a penalty for kart 25. I'm going to be honest, I've got no idea who that is. But Lewis is gone. Oh, we clipped the tyre barriers on the apex. I think there was some contact with the driver behind. And now we've got to go defensive into this hairpin and try to get the run, because we are quickly approaching the final lap. Oh, someone's appeared on our screen. Will they be able to get a switch back? Possibly. We've gone quite wide, and through goes Benjamin Tompkinson Gray. Oh my god, I never thought I'd saw Ben ahead of us in a video. Abs, get in, son. What a drive from him. Man joined in C3 class this year. Absolute shout out to my fellow, I'm pretty sure he's a fellow Norfolk boy. I don't know. Anyway, we're heading quite quickly onto the last lap of the race. Never mind, it's not the last lap of the race. Let's skip to it. We're heading into the final couple of corners. Ben has actually got past Philip. Get in there, son. P3. What a lad. We're, however, going to come home in P5. So we dropped a couple of places, but somehow, despite starting ahead of Rory and Lewis by about 10 places, both of them managed to finish ahead of us. Oh, dear. Hashtag Kartlings. So, that being said, though, a good set of results should put us in a good place for the A final. So in the A final, we are starting in P3 behind. Actually, no, we're tied with Rory O'Regan. But despite having a faster lap, he unfortunately got a win and we didn't. So we're starting 3rd. But 3rd is better because it means that we're on the inside. Fraser's in 1st. We can just yeet him off into turn 1. That's fine. We've got Max Sheldon Hayward starting in 4th. Go on, Max. Go on. Max Chapman in 6th. Couple of Maxes up there. Where's Jake Chapman? Down in 15th. He's not had a good one. Dante Dillon is down in 10th. Jack Goldsmith is racing as well. Dominic Balaside. Oh my god, this is going to be absolute chaos. You can't trust a race where Dom's in it. And it's Dom and where's Philip Baboulal? Philip didn't make the A final. Oh, absolutely washed. So here we go then for the race start. We're starting in 3rd. We're going to be ahead of Rory coming out of turn 1. That's pretty much a given. Now we're leaving a bit of a gap to Fraser, but we're going to close back in, give him a little push, and away we go for the race start. Fraser has a little look over. He's like, Rory, where you gone? Now he's got to deal with Andrew all by himself. Oh, Fraser and Andrew, remember Wilton Mill? Go on, rivalry continues. Here we go, heading into the first hairpin, and Andrew is looking mighty pacey at the moment. So let's see how Andrew takes this race. Is it going to be a kind of work together angle? Oh, Fraser definitely gapped him by about a 10th through that corner. Fraser lit through hairpin number 2, and we've got a full course yellow already. Who would have thought, really? A final with Dominic Balasaitis, and there's a full course yellow. Almost definitely he caused that, for sure. Sorry, Dom, you probably didn't. So here we go then for the race restart, and Fraser's gone. Oh, Andrew, you've been caught napping. No, he's still going slowly. Is he going to go? Andrew, have you never seen a safety car restart? What was that? I could lie down in the gap between you two, and I'm very tall. Anyway, it's fine. We're still in second. We're going to catch back up to Fraser because Andrew is goated and quicker than Fraser. I mean, look at that. Look, Fraser, you're absolutely washed. You just got absolutely mullered. But let's just shove Fraser wide. I mean, why not? Now we're alongside going to go into this corner. And oh dear, what has gone on over here? Stop the video. Right, guys, let's have a little look at another perspective. So going through the corner, there's a little contact between Andrew and Fraser. Fraser goes a bit wide. George Lawler then gives Andrew a little push, which helps him along, and
Fernando made it pretty clear. He said you have to leave it the space. All the time you have to leave it the space.
yeah, I'm sorry, Andrew, you turned across Fraser.
Okay, he pushed me off the track. I think you have to leave the space. All the time you have to leave the space.
Back to the karting video. We are now down into 5th place. George is leading, and Fraser got a penalty for that disgusting move. I mean, what? So, guys, for those of you who haven't driven Club 100 carts, there's actually a button on the Club 100 cart, and what it does is it makes your cart disappear, and that's what Fraser was meant to do into that corner. It was meant to make his cart disappear, so that King Andrew could take his racing line. Ah, dear, oh dear. Yeah, the one in Wilton was more 50-50. This one, nah. Where was Fraser meant to go, buddy? But we're up into 5th, down into 5th, up. Well, technically the numbers have increased, so you've gone up, but you've gone down the. I don't know how it works. Anyway, we're in 5th, and now we're trying to hunt down the leading quartet. But oh, you don't want to hit that sausage. However, if we want to catch up to the leading 4, we kind of need them to battle a little bit. So let's cut forward to when they start battling. Well, 3 minutes later, and they haven't started battling. We've actually started falling back by a bit. The top 2 just seem to have, you know, their own kind of pace. And going into hairpin number 1, someone's on our inside. We're going to try to keep it side by side. Never mind, we've got to back out. Oh, Rob's charging through. Look at that go-kart go. That's a rocket. Rob absolutely flying. So let's see if we can tag onto the back of Rob to catch up to the duo up ahead. Well, the answer to that is no, we can't. Rob's gone. Bye, Rob. And he's caught up to one of the Chapmans, and the driver ahead has pulled away. Oh, Chapman's got to go defensive. Newman to the outside. Oh, he can't hold on. Here comes O'Regan. Oh, Rory O'Regan 2. Andrew McWilliam 1. Oh, dear, Andrew. And Rory started this race in 2nd. What happened to Rory in this race? He dropped down the order on lap 1. He's fighting back through. Rory saying, right, let's work together. Sorry, Rory, you've already pulled a bit of a gap on all McWillers. I think maybe Andrew's got a bit of a slower kart as well. I think he might have. It looks a little bit off. Oh, Rory, that is not how you pedal. That is not how you pedal at all. We've closed in a little bit to ROR. Retired, or I'm not going to say the other R word, I'll get in trouble. So, I'm just chatting so much slack in this. Please no one kill me, I don't actually mean any of it. So here we go then into hairpin number 2. We've got a decent run, but we're just not getting the drive out of the corner. I think we went in quite hot. Can we catch up? Is that one of the... I think it is one of the Chapmans up ahead. Oh, go on, send him. Oh, Rory's taking a bit of a defensive line. Wait, that's Don Balasaitis, isn't it? What is my guy Don Balasaitis doing in about 4th place? What a guy. What a guy. First Benjamin Tompkinson great. Now Don Balasaitis top 5 in an A final. Rory, Andrew, you two better overtake him. You absolutely better overtake him. Otherwise he will be officially the best Daytona driver racing in Club 100. Because that's obviously how it works. So into hairpin number 2 we go again. We're sticking quite well with Rory. I think Rory's just helping us pull towards the back of Dom. All we need now is to rear end Rory at some point so that he goes into the back of Dom. Oh, Andrew, you silly Billy. You need to work with Rory to catch up to Dom. Now you've absolutely fluffed it up and you're not in the slipstream, and Oh, well, to be fair, it was the penultimate lap of the race, so yeah, okay, fair enough, mate, fair enough. But maybe it would have been possible. Now there's going to be no change to the position, so let's just enjoy a lap of Rye House. Make sure you don't crash into that pylon and get electrocuted. That would be very, very bad. We're gaining on Rory through the corners, but he's just gapping us on the straights. He's just got a better right foot. Rory is very good at pressing the accelerator pedal, and Andrew hasn't learned that skill yet, which is why Rory pulls away coming out of every single corner, because better accelerator foot. Apart from there, because Rory absolutely fluffed that. So anyway, into the final corner, we're going to exit to finish this race in P number... where are we? We're in P7. P7. Not even in the top 5. Max Chapman in 3rd. Tom Balasaitis is a C1 now. Fair play. But critically, we do beat Dante Dillon. We beat Fraser Brunt. Fraser Brunt down in P26. I mean, that's just awful. I couldn't even finish that low in an A final, even if I tried. So that brings an end to Rye House shenanigans. The next round is going to be at Bayford Meadows, my favorite circuit, but I'm not there to beat everyone, sadly. So it's honestly anyone's guess who might win at the next event.